months that man's been sitting there, okay, continue to traumatize people. I've had the police to tell me they don't get along with DHS. Sheriff's Department tell me the same thing. But what's happening right here now? They're out right now on patrol. How you know they ain't at your door? How you know they gonna be this evening? It's gonna be some of your grandkids picked up out there. Because believe me, it's gonna be today. Somebody's kid is leaving home today. They gotta make some money. And I want to add this. I'm a former slave. I come from slaves. DHS knows that there's a certain amount of trauma in slaves' lives because they created a dysfunctional household. They know this. They did the same thing to what they call the so-called Indian people as well. Now, if you know these things, that there's a certain amount of trauma in these homes, and these DHS workers come in these homes and treat you no different than you treat anybody else, that's wrong. Nobody else has been held down in slavery. Everybody else know where they came from except the people that was enslaved. They don't tell you that. But the government knows, but ain't nobody telling you nothing. This is to benefit all of us, not just one race of people, but all of us. All of us need to come up. Not one, but all of us. And when I can see a town grow no more than this in 100 years, man, somebody getting fat. Somebody making a lot of money. And the way they drill the oil wells nowadays, the Indians, they hold the rights to the minerals, but these oil companies go out and drill in at an angle and go underneath somebody else's property and steal the oil from underneath other people's property. Everybody knows about this. Everybody knows about this. The tree, Seminole Nation. Did the nation put that tree up there, Seminole Nation? Did they idolize the tree? The nation of Seminole? That's the question. It don't sound like that. It don't sound right to me that I give you permission to come out here and put a plaque to a tree that you hang my people from, that you beat my people from. So is that actually legal? If the Seminole Nation didn't approve it, is it legal? And what person there at the nation approves such a thing? Did they not give it to tribe members? Do the people not count? It creates trauma for me every time I got to come down through here and look at the tree. If it doesn't bother you, of course, you don't have no reason to. It ain't, and it's not connected to you. But this tree is connected to me and my ancestors. That same tree right there, blood ran down that same tree. Absorbed into the bark of that tree, into the ground around that tree. Where's the love at? I find nothing but hate. I find nothing but hate. You can say whatever you want to say, but you know something? Action speaks louder than words. How many people around here is actually getting fat off the what you call the Indian money, the oil money?
Everybody.
Sounds like to me it's been an invasion. And nobody wants to talk about it. But you can go into other countries. They break one treaty, and you go over there and you're going to rain bombs. Okay? Well, you broke every treaty here in America. Every one. It wasn't one. It wasn't broken. Do you not hold yourself accountable for that?
What about the 40 acres and the 2 mules?
And then you had this other situation where this 30 acres and 2 mules situation is supposed to be about. None of this stuff took place.
40 acres in a
40.
Speaking of the devil, there he goes. Famous DA.
Oh, Mr. Smith, he knows where he's going.
He's just going right there.
It's plain as day.
He know he listening.
I think they shut down the courthouse today.
They can do whatever they want to do. They'll shut it down every day. It won't be if this you think this is going to stop, you know, by changing dates and courts and won't nobody down here. Well, you got it wrong. We woke up from the rock. We're going to build these streets. It don't matter about what you people think and what you say, because the people going to come. The people going to find out. I don't care. Sooner or later, they're going to be out here. And it will be justice for everybody. Not just no one race of people, but for everybody. And we all going to prosper the way we're supposed to. But you need to be giving these so-called Indians their money that you took from them in their land. That's the facts. How can you take somebody and put them on the reservation? Take their land and put them on the reservation. I call it an internment camp. Who did that benefit? See, I remember back in the day when the Indians, what they call Indians, when they went into Mexico and taught all the people their Catholic religion. Those people weren't Catholics, but they taught them that. And went in and raped their country.
They didn't rape everybody. They took over everything.
The European invaders.
The truth of the matter is this here. The people that the government is calling these names that they put titles on, these are the 12 tribes. There's lost that don't know who they are. But we got a God that we connect to. It's going to change this. It's already changing as I speak.
The Lord says, revenge is his.
One thing you have to realize is this. As Hebrew people, we are harmless as a dove, gentle as a lion. But the God that we serve said he will have vengeance for us. He will do hosts for us. So we're not out here seeking violence at no
Jack, come
one.
hold this. Jack, come
We're here to speak the truth because we have a God that freed us from slavery out of Egypt. That same God is going to do the same thing here. The same thing here. Because we're not Indians, we're not African Americans, and none of the rest of those names that these people want to put on us. We are the people of the Bible. They call it the wrong people Jews. The people over there in Israel over there that you see down at that wall over there, those are Jewish people. Not Jews, they are Jewish, and there's a difference between the two. The Jewish people, they follow the Kabbalah. They do not like the Bible.
They have the synagogue.
They have no heritage to Abraham. But this kingdom is to come. You gotta remember, we're in the Bible Belt. This kingdom to come, the Bible says that it's coming from my people. It didn't say the world. He said it's coming from my people. Who is his people? Now, if the Jewish people over there in Israel will tell you that they don't have no genetic connection to Abraham that's in the Bible, then who are these people, or who are they at today? They're telling you about you a Gentile, but the Bible tells you the Gentiles are supposed to be helping the Jews get back to the promised land. Now, if you call the wrong people, if you call, yes, go down there and get your picture down there with them. Hey, let her come down and put your picture down there with them. Get your sound down there and let me take pictures today.
Don't be yelling, Jacqueline. Stay calm.
Yeah, just get that. So when it all comes down to it, is this here. It comes down to respecting nations. Nation meaning people. There's been some wrongdoing here that needs to be corrected. The younger generation needs to learn about what took place and what happened to their people. This stuff that's being taught here now, it's not the truth. It's the furthest from the truth. That's the reason why things is like it is. If it was the Most High God in power, according to the scriptures, this not would not
Mama,
be
here
like
you gotta
this.
squeeze hard.
It would not be like this. When the Bible says that the governments of this world is ruled and controlled by the power of darkness. Now you can believe in whatever part of the Bible you want to believe in. That's your choice. I don't believe the Bible at all. That's your choice. But it don't change the facts that we are the people that was freed from slavery out of Egypt. And we got a God that hears our cry. And it is time for the change to take place. The Most High is raising the nation. The nation of Israel is being raised again. The so-called Indians, the so-called Negroes, the Mexicans, the Panamanians, these are the people of the Bible. If not, then why did you go in and conquer their land? Why did you go in and teach them things that you knew it was wrong? Give them wrong gods and everything else. We're the only people here that's not here by choice. I'm here because my people was brought here and beat and made to stay here as slaves.
You finished?
Hey, Jacqueline, there's somebody black. Go get her. Come on.
So I don't look to be
I can go get her to sign it.
treated as a citizen here in America because I've been down here for 53 years and I have yet to see it. I've always been told, you know who you are, get in your place. Action speaks louder than words. Take a deck and look around you. Who's driving what and who's walking? Who's locked up in jail and who's free? Who owns the land that's supposed to be Indian land? Who's pumping all off of that land and putting money in their pockets? Because the government says it was never supposed to be sold. It's like to me the government is a bunch of liars. Now, we got a situation here in Wovoka where the Carters and the Bowlegs, okay, they were robbed. They were robbed. The Griswold mansion was signed over with an X. With an X. I mean, you know, that mansion valued more than the mansion that the governor lives in. That belonged to my children's grandmother, great-grandmother. But you go in there to do anything about any of this, report it, man, you might as well chop somebody's head off, because they ain't feeling you. It's all about what they want, and that's your land and your money and your oil, and to lock up everybody else that they can't control. There's no reason for the injustice to the children.
Charles, come see if this is still.
There's no reason for that
See if it's still.
other than money and hate. We're at war. The Bible calls it Esau and Jacob. That's what it's about. One nation falling and another nation is rising. And right now what you're seeing is a nation that's falling. A house divided shall fall. This house has been divided. The house of Satan, the house of the devil, first I'm concerned. It has not been nothing good come out of that courthouse there, first I'm concerned, that has contributed to my family. Nothing. What they have done is taken thousands of dollars from my family out of that courthouse. And they call it legal. And they expect me to walk around here and live in a situation that I'm having to live in. And you're going to walk around here and spend my money in your pocket? You got me crazy. You might as well go ahead and get your bullets and shine them up like I've been told before. You know, it's bad when you live in a when you live in a small town and you got officers, people in police business, law officials that'll tell you that you're taking a chance of getting a bullet put in your head because of what I'm doing. Don't put no fear in me. You out your mind? I don't fear nothing that no man can think about doing to me. You better go and come again. I serve one God, and I'm not leaving here until it's time. And you ain't my God. And for the people that don't like it, you're just gonna have to live with it because we don't like what's going on here and we haven't lived with it. Injustice, unfairness. We've all had enough. Not just Granny. We've all had enough. And the injustice is just like she said. It's the judges, the schools, the district attorney. And we have some police officers that may be involved in this as well.
Look in the back. You don't know what she did with that?
Only thing I'm saying is this right here. We got information. Give us an opportunity to prove it. Prove us wrong. You can sit there and say all day long, well, it ain't a hate crime. Well, until you look at the information, how you gonna tell me anything? In a sense, I kind of call it conspiracy. The more I think about it, you know, how you gonna do an investigation when I told you I have additional information and I never get a chance to, to submit it? You know, BIA, Bureau of Indian Affairs, my children had their cards. Okay, you think somebody didn't call my house, been out to my house? But let one of them break the law. But they call the law, and they coming. And Paul Smith is going to be ready to do his thing. But we can come in here and show where people walking around here in suits and ties are violating our rights, and Paul Smith is one of them, when he'll turn his head.
Where he at? District Attorney.
I got a problem with that. If he's so right, then why don't he explain what he did to my family? Why run? Why hide? Why have so many people that don't want to talk to me now? Am I a problem? If you think I'm a problem, you ain't seen or felt nothing yet. Because one thing you can grant yourself is this right here. The truth will come out. The scriptures even says what's done in the dark shall come out in the light. So all you round table meetings over here at nighttime and all you different little groups that you all got set up around here that do your hate crime in the sly. Well, I got news for you. It's time for all of that to fall to the ground. There's changes going to be made here. The Most High said his people is going to rule this world. You need to find out who his people is. Because according to what I'm seeing, you ain't going by the Bible. You ain't got a complete book. You take and choose what you want out of it, make your own God. Well, I got news for you. There's only one. And I got the complete book, and I go by it all. And that's the God that you're going to answer to, a higher Shahaya. His son, Yeshaya. Not Jesus the Christ. Set your Bojay. that came about when the sixth Pope told the King of England, I will make the slaves worship your son as God. This is back in 1619, back during the time when it was first enslaving the first slaves here in America. So the Pope took our book called the Bible and they painted Sergio Bose's picture in it and called him Jesus, the Christ.
They even put pictures of Zeus in it.
They put pictures of Zeus in the Bible and called him Moses.
Don't even know who they serve.
And that's supposed to be a Greek god. That's
These
all
are not
wrong.
the people that's in the book that's supposed to be there. Those images was put in there to deceive you. The Bible described Christ. The Bible said Christ has hair like lamb's wool, whether you like it or not. Feet like burnished brass. These things is the Bible.
But they give us a white man to serve.
And I'm not prejudiced, I'm not racist. I'm mixed with everything. I mean, you can shake me up and roll me out, and there I am. But the truth of the matter is this here. That we got a set of people here that's out to do harm to the nation of Israel. I think it's very unjustly, a very unjust situation for America to know who these people are and withhold this information from them and call them other bywords and other means in order to keep these people down.
Strongest people on earth.
Taking things out of the Bible in order to conceal who you are. Nowadays, nobody knows where Esau is at. Nobody knows who the 12 tribes are. Nobody knows who Jacob, where Issachar is, or any of the rest of these people that's in the Bible nowadays. They say they didn't, what they do? Fall off the planet? No. These people have been hidden.
Identity stolen.
Their identities have been stolen. They've been gave other names, so you cannot identify with who the enemy is. Because you got an enemy walking around out here. That's your own book.
Sheep and wolves clothing.
Wolf and sheep's clothing.
That's your own book. Why we all can't get along here?
It's all about money.
Only thing that I can say the problem is this right here. We got thieves and then went out and stole people's land, people's money, and they don't want to talk about it. It ain't going away. I will educate my family and the generations to come about how America, the great old America, took the Indian, what they call Indian people, and broke every treaty with them. I mean, how can you sit here and even feel comfortable with yourself as a people? Let me go sign a contract with one of y'all and see how fast you can arrest me. And you know something? There's no statute of limitations on this. The problem is the people's not pulling together. The people's not pulling together. Because the truth is the truth, and you ain't gonna be able to change that. Because with all these X's, with all this land taken by X's, that the government said it couldn't be sold, and then the land run,
Wow, yeah.
where you just open up Oklahoma and take the rest of the land?
They stole your land.
But down here on these streets down here, you don't hear nothing about none of this. It's just all good over welcome. Everybody's fine and dandy. Well, I got news for you. I'm not fine and dandy with none of it. If you think I'm going to settle for this, you out your mind. You can walk around here all day long and think that this is going to disappear. I got news for you. Hello, wake up, because it's time. The Most High God said it's time. And it ain't on your clock. It's not on your clock. So I'm not concerned with how people feel or how they don't feel. What people should be concerned with is the truth. And also following the laws equally. Injustice, unfairness. You know, I've been hearing this all my life. I remember this back in the 60s. when I was a child growing up. Here we are, 2015, almost 2016, same thing, same people, same lies.
Ain't nobody put a stop to 18 years.
They couldn't stand to hear the truth. They all left town, looked like.
Yeah,
You know they had it planned. You know they planned it like this. That's all right.
The ones who still standing around, I want to prove a hate crime today in the public, since they don't want to put me in court. My name is Ethel Thomas, and I need to talk to the district attorney, the assistant district attorney. If you're hearing me, Sheriff's Department, I got the laws. Come out here and address this issue. I got boxes. I got 5 boxes of information. 5 boxes. Oh, I don't care. The liaison's in there. The court receptionist, I don't care. Court clerk, county clerk, come on out. I need to talk to you. I have 5 boxes of evidence to show hate crime against the United States citizens. They call it domestic violations, domestic terrorism on American soil. Okay? All right, so I'm going to give you a little information on what y'all need to do. If we need to contact the President or the Secretary of Interior, we will. They're waiting for cases like this. So come on out and address this. I need to go to the U.S. Code, Title 42, Chapter 21. Application in statutory and common law. The jurisdiction in civil and criminal matters conferred on the district court. By providing of these titles, Title 13, Title 24, Title 70, and revise the statutes and protection of all persons in the United States and their civil rights, and for the vindication shall be exercised and enforced in the conformity with the laws of the United States. That means that they got to follow these laws. Big boss man, federal, want to hear about y'all. Yeah. All right. Let me go away. Now some of y'all need this. Seminole District Court got laws to follow, and it's under the U.S. Code Title 42, Chapter 21, Application in Statutory and Common Law. Let me go ahead and read the rest of this so y'all can understand exactly what these people do. It says, but in all, so far as such a law are suitable to carrying the same in effect, but in all cases where they are not adopted to the objective and deficiency of the provisions necessary to finish a suitable remedies or punishments, offenses against the law and common laws as modified and changes by the Constitution and the statutes of the state, where the court is having jurisdiction of such civil and criminal cases is held, so far as the same is not consistent with the Constitution and the law of the United States, shall be extended to the govern the said courts in the trial and depositions of the cause, and if it's a criminal nature, and infliction on the party found guilty, the defendant, the state of Oklahoma, ETL, whoever else involved in this. This is the evidence against y'all. This will show y'all hate crime. Now, I'm gonna suggest that y'all contact the President of the United States and the House Secretary of Interior to deploy the corps, who is often deployed as a ESF-8 of the National Emergency Response Plan, but can also be deployed on an individual basis for various needs to the federal agencies, states, and local government, or deployed even to the aid of foreign governments. Now, if they can do that for foreign governments, I'm pretty sure they can do that for the state of Oklahoma, or Woke, Oklahoma. Like all other levels, federal levels, responses, officers are deployed only on a request and upon the recommendation of the Surgeon General and the permission of the Assistant Secretary for Health. The Corps recently introduced a TERRY system to respond to the Terror Response Team, ready to be able to respond to an event within 12 hours. Terror 2 teams ready to respond within 36 hours. Officers on the Terror 1 and Terror 2, or on the Terror 2-3 responders also ready to be able to respond in 72 hours. The Terror 1 team are primarily made up of a rapid deployment force called the RDF team, are made up of over 100 officers and with the multiple specialties or for focus on providing clinical care of disasters, because this is a disaster. Everybody know it. Don't be scared. I'm here too. Officials who are not works as a clinical care provider on the one of these teams are in support roles, so they can support this situation in this community. As a logistic and administrative finance or planning, we need this. Officers who have not worked with a clinical care provider on one of these teams also include the public health team, the mental health team, and the service access team. Okay, the Terror 1, the Terror 2 team, and the Terror 3 teams are used to segment of these teams to event of staffing shortages, because we're gonna need that. There's gonna be some staffing shortages here pretty quick. There's gonna be some jobs opening here. Okay, so they can send us the support team if we got shortage of them due to non-availability or the need to scope up a response. We need to rally this up. Okay. It said the corps as a unified service may also be militarized and considered a breach of armed forces by an act of Congress or by the act of the executive orders by the President of the United States, not only in the time of war, but also in the time of emergency, involving national defense proclaimed by the President. One such militarized of the Corps occurred during World War II, in which the Corps was militarized in World War II in the Korea War and other wars around the world. So, but we're not asking for too much. I think they can get that done. They also have health service officers. The categorized comprises of 50 specialties, including social workers, physicians, obstetricians, computer scientists, the medical records, administrators, medical technology, and others. So we can have the support through this agency. We need it. This community been up under attack for a long time. Some of these people have been in offices for many, many years, and some of them was in offices when I was a little kid, and they still around destroying families.